Well, another win. Top four looking more and more likely. It's in our hands now. It already was, but even more so now. Look at the table here, guys. It's absolutely unbelievable. I mean, the last 5 games, we've got the same record as Chelsea, who, of course, are in third and looking most likely to finish third. I mean, we could technically catch them. All we have to do is beat them. We have them soon. But look at this. We're 2 games up on Manchester United and a point clear. And they're about to play Man City in a few minutes as I'm recording this. West Ham have played 3 more games than us and they're 3 points behind us. Tottenham are Tottenham. Wolves have really dipped in form since we beat them twice. It's incredible. It really is. This was an absolute must-win because, let's face it, our fixtures coming up are not going to be easy. We face, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham, even Leicester, I think, next Sunday. That's a tough game. I know Leicester haven't been particularly great this season, down in 12th. Quick word on today's opponents, Watford. I'm a big fan of Watford. I really, I like how the club is run. I don't really appreciate the constant change of managers, but I understand why they do it. If it's not working, they just jump on it. They try and get it sorted. But I do like the way they play their football. And they're a London club. It's a rivalry, technically, and we've done well to beat them, considering Manchester United couldn't score against them at Old Trafford very recently. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats of the game. So, of course, it finished 3-2. We dominated most of the game. It was weird, actually. In the first 20 seconds, Watford scored. It was offside, but I almost had a heart attack. And thankfully, just a few moments later, we were able to score. Martin Odegaard, just incredible. And then Saka as well after Hernandez equalised with a really nice acrobatic effort. So 2-1 at half-time. We come out and look really good in the second half. Martinelli gets the third goal, and it looked like it was done, really. And then my wife, Ellen, came in and sat down and watched it with me, and then we suddenly played rubbish. If you know, over the years where I've done the watch-alongs, whenever Ellen comes in, we start to play really bad, so she is now banned from my office and no longer allowed to watch Arsenal with me, because as soon as Sissoko scored in this 87th minute, I had a really bad feeling. But we held on. We brought on Holdinho. When Rob Holding's coming on, you're about to set up to defend. Technically, man of the match was Hernandez from Watford. He was really good, but no, he wasn't man of the match. For me, it has to go to Saka or Odegaard. And of course, this is just the website FotMob's man of the match. It's based off stats and not just who's played the best. I can't really pick out a player that played badly for Arsenal today. I think what's becoming a bit clear now, though, is that we are missing Tomiyasu. Cedric's doing an absolutely fine job, but he just gives us something else, doesn't he? Tomiyasu, he's more intelligent. I know that sounds mean, but football intelligence is paramount. It's so key to playing progressive and exciting football. It's seeing space. It's finding that space with technical ability, of course. But if you don't see the pass, if you don't read the game, you're not going to make the pass. You could be the best footballing ability-wise player ever, but because you don't have the know-how, the intelligence to see a pass. If you think, all the best players ever are intelligent footballers and they have the ability to back it up. And I think, whilst Tomiyasu isn't, the world's best right back in the world, there is no doubt in my mind that he has the footballing ability of Cedric, better than Cedric, but he's got the brain. And we missed that because there were so many times Cedric could have just passed it inside to Saka in space, and instead he's just whipping in these crosses for Martinelli back post. I would say Cedric was fine. I'm not trying to dig him out too much, but when we get Tomiyasu back, that's going to be nice. I thought Ramsdale had a few shaky moments today. No doubt he's been one of the players of the season for us in general, maybe in the league. He's such a surprising player. Did you know he's gone from 74 rated in FIFA to 81 in the space of 5-6 months? It's not even 6 months. I think it came out beginning of October. So incredible, really. It just goes to show how good he's been this season. I thought Ben White was poor on the Sissoko goal. Gabriel was okay today, a little bit clumsy here and there. Xhaka, I think Partey once again made Xhaka just look so average. I think Partey just has everything you need in a midfielder, and Xhaka is just let down by that lack of mobility. But that left foot is still so key to finding those through passes. And when you combine Partey and Xhaka behind Ødegaard, it works. There is a comment coming up from you guys that I agree with, though, that going into next season, if we are actually to finish top 4 and get Champions League football, this is an area which would concern me when we start playing against the top elite teams every few weeks in the Champions League. We won't be able to maybe get away with it. You could argue we got away with it a little bit today. You know, against a better side, it wouldn't have finished 3-2. I don't know. Lacazette was class today, 2 assists for him. But really, it comes down to Saka and Ødegaard, and obviously Martinelli chipped in with a goal, even though I don't actually think Martinelli was that great today. But Ødegaard's play before the goals, if you could get the pre-assist actually given to you, then Ødegaard he'd have assists all the time because it's always him. He is that link, and it's incredible. I've spoke about Hernandez. I thought Pedro was pretty good. João Pedro for Watford. I quite like the look of Kamara and Samir. I thought they were okay. I'm not sure why Samir's got a 5.5, but they're great signings. Watford, I hope they stay up. I really do. And mainly down to Foster. I think this is his last season, isn't it? So it would be great for him to stay up with Watford. And I'm a big fan of Dennis as well, actually. Really decent player. But overall, the right team won the game. We can have a look at the stats here. So expected goals, we actually did very well. We outperformed our expected goals by a lot. It seems a bit harsh, doesn't it? But, you know, that's just the calculation. Based on the chances we actually had, I guess you could say all 3 goals, maybe not Ødegaard's, but Saka's and Martinelli's goals were kind of tricky attempts, you know, and they would have got a low expected goals rating, whereas Ødegaard's was probably a little bit higher. But you can't really look into that too much. It's shots that we actually had, 16-13. No big chances, though. That's interesting. But I don't think Watford deserved to get thrashed today. So I think 3-2 is a pretty fair result. We're going to go ahead and get into your comments. So James Hunter really digging the profile picture with the Ukraine colours. Too many mistakes for the back line compared to recent games. True. Ramsdale a bit shaky. Maybe Leno needs a few games. No. Ramsdale's more than allowed to have some shaky moments in goal. He still is our better goalkeeper. Ødegaard is just unreal. Saka, defo the best under-21 player in the Prem. Beautiful football. Watford were valiant, and I really hope they stay up. They showed true... I can't speak. They showed true passion. I agree. I really hope they stay up, and then we'll beat them again next season. Up next, we've got Arsenal fan. Saka is just unbelievable. I bet you think so. Look at your picture. Great talent, very bright future. I mean, he's already there, really, isn't he? He's already in that future, that present ability. He can just get better and better. So happy to see the team play good. We did play well at times, didn't we? It was a very good performance at times. Just those 2 goals. The first one you can let slide, just a wonder strike. Maybe keeper could have got a bit closer. But the second goal, so poor. I can't name a single player that played bad. Everyone did an amazing job today. Up the gun. UCL football, here we come. I hope so. Ibra Guna says we were good going forward, but we were a bit shaky at the back today. If this was West Ham, United, they would have capitalised on these mistakes. I don't know what made it look that way, but we have to improve. No, I agree. I said it, you know, against other teams, other top teams. Imagine that was a Champions League tie against PSG. There's no way we're coming away with a 3-2 win in that game. Some of the chances that Watford had, they could have easily scored 4 or 5. So definitely not our best performance defensively, but we made up for it in the attack. And, you know, when you're playing a team, it's just who you play. It's whoever's in front of you. That's who you play. If we had a PSG game, we would have had a different game plan, and maybe we would have been tighter defensively. You just got to remember, it's all hindsight, isn't it? And you're playing the team in front of you. There's no other thoughts that go into it. So we would have played differently if it wasn't Watford. But yeah, a performance like that would worry me against a top side with great attacking talent. Then we have a message from KWS here. The young guns blaze once more, but we lost focus towards the end. Good performance overall, huge 3 points. Top 4 is ours to lose. It really is. And then we have Cream City Gunner. Ødegaard and Saka are class. Partey bossing it in the middle. We need a Xhaka upgrade. So this is the comment I was talking about. What do you guys think? I'd love to know in the comments. Do you think Granit Xhaka is good enough to remain the main central midfielder to partner Partey? For me, I think it's absolutely vital we bring in a centre mid next season that is the mainstay with Partey. We all know Partey is the main central midfielder of this team. He's the commander. He's the most experienced player if you take out Lacazette, right? In terms of age and experience of playing top level games. I think we urgently need to bring in another central midfielder. Someone that's 22, 23, 24, but already 200 games into his career. Someone like an Ødegaard, but because if you think Ødegaard, I think he's played like 250 games already. It's remarkable. And he's only 23. If we can bring in someone with the same mentality as Ødegaard and the same trajectory and potential, but obviously a bit more of a defensive player, arguably left-footed as well, I think that would work really well. I can't think of many names off the top of my head that fit that, but I'm thinking maybe like a Rabiot, someone like that, that's just played top-level football, left-footed, and comes in and is a solid partner for Partey for years to come. Maybe we can get that done. But, of course, the main thing is a striker in the summer. And then Bukayo Saka, that's it, says Carter. Yeah, it's pretty remarkable that if you look at the best young players in the Premier League, Arsenal have a few of them. And that's the first time in a long time I've been able to say that. If you look at some of the top talents, the best players in the league, Arsenal don't come close, and they haven't for a long time. Even now, I would say, if you look at the top 10 players in the Premier League, they're all going to be, 25 onwards, let's be honest. None of them come from Arsenal. Maybe you could class Saka or Ødegaard in that top 20, but not really. But if you then say top young players, most of it's Arsenal. Smith Rowe, Saka, Martinelli, Ødegaard. Do you class Ben White in there as well? There's so many great young players coming through. We're back in the top 4. The club's in a good spot right now. It really is. But I know it's down to us, but it's also going to be a case of other teams around us continuing to drop points. We need United to lose today. We need Tottenham and West Ham and Wolves to keep dropping points. And of course, we need to win our games. But that is today's review. I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. Back tomorrow with more MGH United career mode. And also over on my Facebook page this week, Gran Turismo 7 videos. I'm going to be doing my license on there. So please do follow me over on Facebook. You can leave a like on the page and they'll be going up every weekday at 9 p.m. And of course, all the career mode on this channel, 7 p.m. every weekday. I will see you tomorrow.